fragment. Okay, peace sign the flashes. I live that picture perfect life you lie about in your captions. When I was down, I swear they made me feel inferior. Judging me by my outside, that's just my exterior. Not seeing what I was made of, that's my interior. Didn't let that.
The first round of the NBA playoffs continues as we gear up for game number 4 out east. From Scotiabank Arena in downtown Toronto, tonight the Toronto Raptors taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Hi everyone, Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Jay, we look at the Hornets coming in. They lead this finals 3 games to none, and the impressive win in game 3 means they are well on their way to moving on.
And I'll tell you what, I am shocked. I mean shocked that we're here at 3-0 right now. I really thought this was going to be a battle. So now on the other side, this is a test about who you are as a basketball team. Do you have the resolve to fight back, or are you resigned to the fact that this one's just about over?
Count it, and the foul. He is going to the line for a free throw.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The ref spit, and that's the game.
OG Anunoby trying to cash in on a 3-point play. Not the best career mark, 62%. Free throw up and good. It's a 3-point play on the first possession of the game. Over to the right side. Walker, his first effort off the mark.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw up and good. 3-point play, and we're tied up at 3. Lowry into the front court. We're just underway in game number 4. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Fires the 3. Can't go down. Smothering defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Shot from in close. No good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
Did you see that change of direction mid-flight? And also the English he utilized to spin the ball off the rim? That was a thing of beauty.
Cody Zeller with the block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
Stuffs it down with authority.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Lowry to Van Vliet. To Lowry. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Down to 3. Bridges up to block the shot.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Has a look. Offensive board. Ball's controlled by Lowry. Well done, Kyle Lowry. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
And attention to detail is everything for a professional scorer like that. Actually getting it done the hard way there.
Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. The lead is 2. Drives, but a shot won't go down.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short arm a shot.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Driving right to the basket. Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
To Rozier. Lets it fly from long range. Defense all over Rozier. Can't connect. It's the Raptors with the basketball. To Lowry. Nothing going here on that drive. To Powell. 5 seconds to shoot. Trying to cash in. Lowry with a shot that's no good. To Miles Bridges. And he hits. To Powell. Ibaka to Lowry. To Nowitzki. Can't connect from inside. Miles Bridges. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Tie ball game so far. Neither one of these teams really able to pull ahead. Might be time to put the bench players in the game, and let's see who could differentiate themselves.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Lowry has the basketball. Cody Zeller tips it. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Cody Zeller. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. To Van Vliet. Here's a chance from long range. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
Fred Van Vliet to Ibaka. No, I missed a short one there.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court. Here we go, my ball, my ball.
4-3. Rebound taken by the Hornets. That'll do it for the first quarter. No separation so far. It's all even. A good start to this one. All tied up as we start the second. Can't miss those. Miles Bridges. Deep right corner for 3. That's off the side of the rim. Short. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognize how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Doesn't get the bounce. Has a chance. Shot won't go. On the follow. Way to stay with it. Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Screen coming. Fred Van Vliet to Ibaka. Serge Ibaka. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
To Kemba Walker. Rozier. It's no good. Shot's not going down. Fred Van Vliet. Cody Zeller rejects it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
And he finishes at the rim.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen.
Knocked away. It's getting dangerous down there.
And I hated getting my shot blocked like that, but I did like getting the ball right back.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Fred VanVleet. Right time, right player.
Can't teach height.
Turnover gives them the possession. The pass set it all up.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
The drive, right to the basket. From the outside, no good. To Walker. Fires the three. Can't defend. Any better. Kemba Walker misses. Lowry with it. Now down 6. To VanVleet. Cody Zeller. Huge block. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Cody Zeller. To Lowry. Passed it off. And look out.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
From long range. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
Good shot.
Second to 3. Got it. And he hits all 3 free throws. Toronto has the basketball. Lowry to VanVleet. Cody Zeller with a piece.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a 3-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Lowry into the front court, trailing by 10. To VanVleet. Has a look. No good.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space.
Stuffs it down with authority. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Lowry. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't connect. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Fred VanVleet. Trying to cash in. Knocks it down from mid-range.
The savvy players, they create contact. They throw their arms in you. They even throw their bodies into you. And as soon as you become hesitant defensively, they got you right where they want you.
Well done, Kyle Lowry. 4 out of 10.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Has a chance. Deep two there. Won't go. Ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. Kemba Walker swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, eh?
Walker into the front court. His team on top by 13. Contested shot. Miles Bridges off the mark.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Stuffs it down with authority. This is becoming a runaway.
They're getting to the rim at will, probably because we're watching Matador defense. You probably want to get in the way of your defender if they keep trying to attack the rim.
Oh, yeah, it's me and you,
Pass stolen by the Hornets. We've reached halftime here in Game 4. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Guys, let's take a look at what went down so far in this one. The Charlotte Hornets absolutely dominated the competition in the first half, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scores. For the Charlotte Hornets, the Raptors have yet to appear after one half of basketball. At this point, it's all about pride and mental toughness. A comeback is not impossible, but it's also likely. These are the guys getting buckets for the Toronto Raptors.
Game track. Blocks.
The Hornets have been making the kind of defensive impact that can affect the team mentally. After a lot of those blocks, you'll start to see guys more hesitant and second-guessing shot opportunities.
Player of the half.
Cody Zeller and his court IQ were on display as he delivered the ball, putting his teammates in a position to score the basketball. His timing was impeccable.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Toronto with the basketball. Lowry to Van Vliet. And the denial.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Marc Gasol.
Oh, and he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Able to convert inside.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Pascal Siakam to Lowry. Driving right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw good for the three-point play. It's back to a 14-point game. To Miles Bridges. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
His scoring is definitely cooled off, but you have to give the defense some credit. They're denying him the ball and really making him work once he catches it.
To Miles Bridges. Going to launch beyond the arc. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Lowry to Gasol. He throws it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Walker buries it.
I don't know how he saw his man out in the cut like that, but that was nice.
It's the Raptors with the basketball. Screen coming. Lowry. And a pass taken away by Charlotte.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Stuffs it down with authority.
And if you're on defense on that last possession, no need to look over to the coach's bench, hold up your arms, wonder what did you do. Everybody got back, everybody communicated, everybody pointed. It was just better offense than there was defense.
Has a look. Not today.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Trying to cash in. Gasol shot off the mark. To Miles Bridges. Has a chance. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time. Lowry into the front court. His guys down big.
Big screen right there, big screen.
Curling inside, and count the basket.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Into the front court, it's Walker. He'll run the offense. That's off the side of the rim, short. Across the timeline, it's Lowry. Down a bundle. He wants it at the rim and scores.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
To Miles Bridges. And he hits.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Kyle Lowry with the rock. Lets it fly from long range. Rebound pulled in by Charlotte. To Kemba Walker. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Lowry with it. Looking to make something happen. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
To Rozier. Oh, nice find for the basket.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Here's a chance from long range. Off the mark. Stuffs it down with authority.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
Here comes the screen to Gasol. From the painted area, won't go down. Stuffs it down with authority.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Ball's controlled by the Raptors. Drive here, but the shot stays out. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
That was such a great job by the offensive player. Knowing that you're probably going to take some lumps here and there, but still remaining aggressive throughout the shot and getting a crack at the extra point.
Free throw's good as they continue to widen their lead. Now the Raptors going to use a timeout as their coaching staff wants to talk things over here in this third quarter. Lowry. Cody Zeller sends it away.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Has a look. The shot almost. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Trying to cash in. Their shot by Lowry misses. Has a chance. That's no good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
The quarter's concluded. It's been all Hornets. Hornets with the first possession here in the fourth quarter. And it might be time to empty the bench, Jay. This game appears to be well in hand.
And their starting 5 has certainly earned the fourth quarter off. Terrific this ball game. And this is the type of game where you find a chance to relax. You ice up, you watch your other teammates play, you applaud them, and you get ready for the next game.
No, pass stolen by the Hornets.
I'm looking at the bench right now, and the coach is saying, keep pushing it, keep going.
Fred VanVleet to Stanley Johnson. Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
To Rozier. 4-3. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To VanVleet. Screen coming. And scores.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
To Walker. Off the mark. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
Off the mark on the first free throw. Good bounce back. Hits the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. To Miles Bridges. scores from the post.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Short jumper won't fall. That's toughness right there. Physical inside, gets it to go.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
To Powell. Pascal Siakam to Van Vliet. For 3, Van Vliet denied. Have to like the defense.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Right back to you.
Nothing going here on that drive. The drive, right to the basket. Fires the 3. Where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
I know the refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To Stanley Johnson. And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
Okay, now we're on the home stretch, and you got a big lead. Don't let your opponent back in this game by giving up extra possessions.
Pascal Siakam, couple of free throws on the way. His career mark right now sits at 63%. Nope, first one does not go. He missed a pair of free throws. Has a look. Jumper's good.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Add 2 points to the board.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Down the lane, but the shot won't fall. From long range. Can't connect, it's no good. Baseline drive, but he can't finish. Beyond the arc for 3. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that 3.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Here comes the screen.
Please, give me the ball.
Fred Van Vliet to Gasol. No good. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Won't go down. A drive baseline, but the shot won't go. And he hits.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
Now a whistle, and Toronto's going to use a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter, and a chance here to empty their bench. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Lowry. That's rebounded by the Hornets.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
The ball controlled by Kyle Lowry. No good. Oh, it looked like he may have gotten him there.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence.
And a putback slam.
Oof, really showing no mercy here. This one is out of hand, and the offense is still pouring it on.
I got him. I got ball.
Cody Zeller pins it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Can't connect from in close. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Can't convert the free throw. Fires the three. Contested shot. Miles Bridges off the mark. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist snatching it out of the air. It's the Hornets with the victory. And they're moving on to the second round of the NBA playoffs. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
The Hornets are one step closer to a championship. The Raptors were hoping for a different
Game track. Defense. Player of the game.
time now for the top plays of the game. On behalf of ESPN on EA Sports, I'm Jalen Rose. We look forward to seeing you again next time.
If young Metro don't trust you, homie.
Do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Where are you going to?
Straight.
Do you know?
Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven. We can go legend, 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 yeah. Me and my best friend, 7-Eleven, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. We can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, we can go legend, yeah. With my best friend.